Hi, I'm Tony, this is Slack, welcome to smogvlog. Today we're going to be reviewing the Smok G320 kit.
The powerful Marshall. Let's turn this shit up to 11! Okay, welcome back in the room, guys. Like we said, the powerful Marshall. Yeah, we're going to be reviewing the kits. We'll start off with the G320 mod, and then we're going to take a look at the tank, which is the TFV8 Big Baby. And lastly, we'll do our sort of heat test, talk about the kit as a whole. As always, if you're interested in one bit, feel free to skip ahead to the bit you're interested in, time code below.
Okay guys, this feels about the right sort of place to insert into this review that this is going to be one of the new types of reviews that we're doing, where we're not going to be diving down because we have already uploaded a separate unboxing. There will be a link somewhere, I don't know where it goes, maybe up here, maybe over there, maybe it'll be around.
Okay, so starting off with the mod, the G320 is a triple battery unit. You know, you just whack your 3 batteries in there, and that's going to let you go up to the full 320 watts. However, if you've only got 2 batteries, you can just shove 2 in, and then you can get 220 watts. A bit of a weird one, it only goes down to 6 watts. You know, some are like 5 watts the lowest, 1 watt the lowest, but 6, you know, we're down with that, that's fine.
And with that being said, this is about the right sort of time to sort of install a warning if you want about keeping your batteries matched. I mean, if you're running 2 batteries, keep them matched. If you're running 3 batteries, always keep your batteries married. Just chuck some tape on there, right on your batteries, so that you know that they all fucking match, just for safety.
Yeah, you don't want to be, you know, running 3 batteries, then only having space to charge 2 separately, and then you just whack just 2 in, and so you have 1 battery sat there for not being used, because they'll be at different sort of wear levels, and that's bad for the batteries, and ultimately it could be bad for you. So just, yeah, word to the wise.
Okay guys, moving quickly along, we're just going to rattle through the power range, tech specs, features and protections for you.
Yeah, as we already said, 320 watts with 3 batteries, 220 watts with 2 batteries.
It comes fitted with a 0.96 inch OLED screen, just like the Alien did, and like the Alien, it's got a mass of fucking information on there for you.
The unit itself is 90mm by 62mm by 31mm.
So the resistance range for this goes from 0.1 to 3 in variable wattage mode.
And in temp control it goes from 0.06 up to 0.3 as well.
Temperature ranges go from 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 to 315 degrees C.
And it's got a USB port which is going to do balance charging, pass through, and even some firmware updates.
Okay guys, now we're going to dive down and show you button pushes. I'm not going to do your little... There we go.
Right, super quick look at the button pushes. Obviously you got your minus and your plus buttons, which will adjust your wattage or your temperature depending on what mode you're in. This is your fire button, as you saw in the unboxing. You want to get into the menu, 3 clicks, and we're in. A short press will change between options, and a long press will select the bit you want. Say you wanted to go into temp control, just press in, and it'll ask you what wattage you want. You can adjust it with your plus and minuses there. Ask you what type of coil you've got in, we'll say stainless. Then you can adjust your TCR accordingly, set it to whatever you want that is correct for your wire, and you're in. And it's just a simple case of adjusting your temperature. In temp control, if you do plus and go, you'll be able to adjust your wattage that you're going to be firing at. You do down and go, and that will take you into your mode select. Another thing worth mentioning while we're up close, no button rattle. Look at it go.
Now moving swiftly across to button quality and menu operation.
Yeah, so this has got like a rounded off button up the top here, and it's just up the top on your trigger finger, unlike something like the Alien or the X-Cube2 where it's like the full side. So it's not quite as rewarding to press the button, you know, it is just this one finger, or, you know, the top of your hand or thumb if you're holding it round the other way. It works okay, but yeah, it's just not got that rewarding sort of feeling. Some people may prefer it because you can actually grip the mod, you know, with a solid grip and not have to worry about accidentally firing it.
Some out there may argue the reward is in the vape.
Though not as easy to use the button as something like the Alien, we've not had any problems with it, with one exception, which is what I found myself accidentally going into the menu when I've been trying to lock or unlock the device, not quite getting the full 5 clicks. But you know, actually, in terms of having a vape, every time I've pressed the fire button, it's worked perfectly, not a worry. So the plus and minus buttons on the side, you know, again a little bit unusual with sort of one bigger button, one, you know, but for me and my stupid brain, this makes perfect sense. It's like a volume slider with the little button on the left being the minus and the bigger button on the right being the plus in it, and I have not had any problems with that, which is nice compared to the Alien where I would 50-50 get it wrong. So my brain was just like, no, it would be the other way round, it's logical, come on, press the wrong button. And again with these buttons, yeah, we've not had any mishits or mispresses, you know, they're easy enough to use.
So this thing's got the standard Smok menu with the 3 clicks and you're into the main menu. The menu itself is the, you know, standard. We've all seen it. We all know what it looks like. It's good if a little slow, and we said that about the Alien kit as well. So, you know, if you've seen that, you know what you're dealing with. So to get into the menu, it's 3 short clicks on the fire button, and then with the fire button itself, it's long and short presses. So it's a short press to cycle between different menu operations. It's a long press to select. While we're talking about menu operation, it's also worth noting the 2 quick access functions on the side with that plus and minus button. If you hold the fire button and the minus button, that will give you access to
wattage and temp control mode, that sort of thing.
And the plus button,
your punch mode, hard, soft, or...
Okay, so moving swiftly across to firmware update, and yes, there is already a new version out for this system, which will hopefully fix some of the TC issues that we've seen, which are coming in the next one. Hold on. But check our next vlog for more information on this, because Slack's internet is
down, and apparently we're living in the fucking Stone Ages. Like, I don't know how to exist without the internet. It's just fucking awful. I kept finding myself sat on my computer, opening up Internet Explorer again. Oh no, I can't do that. I'll go and fuck. No, I can't do that. I'll do. Oh fucking everything's on the fucking internet apart from me, apparently. Okay, and on that bombshell, it's time to talk about Temp Control. Now, Temp Control here, they've done a reasonable effort out the box. You know, this is on the out the box firmware as well. You know, it's kind of usable. It's not great. You know, it's definitely not going to win any awards. People who are serious Temp Control vapors probably wouldn't enjoy this, but for me, occasional Temp Control vapor, it kind of does what I want out of Temp Control. You know, it's not like the Alien out the box where it was hard off, hard on, only like you were trying, like taking a vape and you were getting vape and then nothing and vape. It does sort of produce an even flow of vape, which is good, though it's just not particularly accurate. One thing I do really like about Temp Control here is the way that the Smok sort of force you to think about all your settings as you're going in. You know, back in the day, you know, you put it in Temp Control and maybe have to hide away somewhere else to find what type of wire you've got, and then TCR would be hidden in a different menu and all shit like that. And I hate that. I like to have to just go through it, because you tend to put a new coil on and you will use that until you're done with it and then go to something else. So having a little bit of setup time at the start, it is great, and it sort of forces you into that. So you put your new atomizer on, your new coil on it, it'll ask you what wattage you want to fire at, and that's great, and then it'll ask you what wire type you've got on, whether you're stainless steel or nickel, whatever. Then it'll ask you to adjust your TCR before you're finally in to be able to, you know, use your sort of temp control and select what temperature you want to vape at. It's just great. I really do like that as an implementation idea. And like we just said, you know, we will update you as to how the new firmware improves the temp control. It's already usable. Does it make it great?
Okay guys, moving along to the next one, all things battery. As expected, battery life is great with this, and to be able to run on 2 batteries without needing to actually change your hardware configuration is awesome. The individual cell monitoring on the G320 is good, though you can clearly see the strain on one battery, like the first cell battery, more than the others, and that's good as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. It's good that you've got that level of accuracy.
Knowledge is power.
Moving down to the battery door, it is good, it's nice, it's solid, reasonably easy to use, even though I did have fucking troubles in the unboxing.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was just sort of bedding in problems there, because I've not had problems, and you know, battery doors are like my pet hate, and so I'm always particularly, you know, I pay a lot of attention to them, and yeah, I've not had any trouble. You know, it's really easy to use. You just apply the right amount of force and bish bosh bash, it's done.
The last thing to do with all things battery is venting, funnily enough.
Or lack thereof.
The lack thereof.
Yeah, so if it was to vent, you know, this is sort of fairly well locked down. So, you know, there's not really any venting there. You've got a USB port on the side, which might vent a bit. And other than that, you're leaking out of the buttons and basically probably shooting a mod straight down your throat, which is not ideal. I would like to see a bit more venting on it myself. Yeah, it's kind of catch-22 because, you know, having lots of venting means you're going to be getting damp into the holes if you like put it down somewhere damp, and having a nice sealed unit will obviously stop that. But, you know, I would sooner be safe in the event of something going really wrong, particularly as this is a 320 watt unit. Okay, so that's the G320 mod done to death. It's time to move on and talk about the TFV8 Big Baby. Got the name right and everything.
Or did he? Check the outtakes at the end.
Okay, try and put a little bit more order to it so we can rattle through it quickly. We're going to start at the top of the tank and then work down, coming down the bottom. Yeah, as we do. So starting with the drip tip, you've got a Delrin drip tip. It's a nice sort of chunky wide bore. You can't see that, it doesn't matter, it's just trust us, it's good.
I saw it in the unboxing.
Excellent. Look, see it in the unboxing. But yeah, well, it's nice, it's comfortable to use. The only sort of thing that's worth mentioning around the drip tip is it's not standard 510 connector size, so you won't be able to stick your standard drip tip in. So, you know, but it's not a problem, this one's alright.
Moving over to juice filling, it's got the standard hinge out of the TF series, so if you've seen a TF before, you know exactly what we're talking about. He's going to show you for some reason.
I'm going to show you anyway, show him.
Oh, no,
it's all gone horribly
he
wrong.
drops his tip. Okay, it works.
Such a leper to the prostitute. Keep the tip.
Oh, fuck. You ever go at me for baby bollocks and then you're talking about lepers and tips? It works quite well, however, not much room to shove a pipette in. Sorry, I was. That sounded like the setup to a joke.
No, it's not. No, it's actually the glass pipettes.
Which means that slack will get air pockets in there and the juice will overflow. I personally haven't had any issues with the pipette, but the new style unicorn bottles with the screw tops, they do not like going in there at all, and that lid is not closed.
Shh, it's fine. Continuing down the tank, we get to kind of the juice itself, which is a 5ml juice capacity, which is fairly deceptive. It doesn't look like a massive 5ml sort of tank, but you know, there's 5ml of juice in it.
So, included in the pack is the X4 quad coil 0.15 ohm and one T6 6-core octa-core. Is that octa-core? I'm going to go
sextuplet core.
Sextuplet. That's much. I made a joke about this in the unboxing. Now I remember. 0.2 ohm. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know you found the joke. As always with every Smok product, they come with an absolute metric fuck ton of different coil options and that all-important RBA base as well.
To clarify, they don't come with them in the box. You need to buy them separately, you know, but there's something for everyone there, pretty much. Quickly talking about the airflow at the bottom of the thing, the adjustment's pretty good. It's sort of a fairly stiff resistance to turn it, and you know, it's nice. I prefer a clicky, but you know, it works pretty decently, and I haven't been accidentally changing it. There's two sort of wide flat air holes there that sort of allow you to do a direct lung hit. For me, again, tiny bit restrictive. You know, I'm quite fussy about this, but you know, it's still perfectly serviceable.
So, coming across sturdiness, it seems like a solid little unit. Even the hinges to the top, that fill action, it feels great.
Yeah, I haven't managed to drop this one yet, but I do think it would survive a drop, which is always reassuring. Because it's only a matter of time.
Now, talking about leaks and spits, for the time that I've been using it, I've had no spitting and no leaking of the unit at all whatsoever.
Yeah, same with no spitting. I've had a couple of sort of bits where it's weeped out of the air holes. Not much. We're not talking a juice dump where it ditches everything or a load of it. Just you know, it's dribbled out. But on the whole, it's pretty good and reliable. Okay, guys, now we're moving across to talking about the kit as a whole, the tank and the mod together. First up, heat test. Yeah, we're going to do our patent pending bro science to just, you know, hit it, see, you know, torture test it a little bit, see how it handles, you know, wicking, flavour, vapour production, the heat. all that stuff. But yeah, without further ado, so we're using the X4 at 0.15 ohms. We're running it at 55 watts, which is the sort of sweet spot I found for this. Is where I've been using that coil, getting the best flavour and performance for my taste. Recommended range 50 to 70, I think, for this. Anyway, without further ado, let's hit it.
Good flavour.
Yeah, Rhuberry from Marble Vape, awesome. Talking of which, discount code. We've got a discount code for Marble Vape. If you're in the UK and want to check them out, we'll link that up in here. 20% off. Absolutely not sponsored, I just freaking love Rhuberry, it's awesome. So yeah, I mean, you can see how this is hitting 55 watts, it's just absolute cloud beast.
The Delrin drip tip is handling the heat really well. No,
absolutely no heat coming through at all on the drip tip. And the vape itself entering is yeah, nice and cool. I'm not getting hot vape. I think that'll probably do.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so this is just coldy cold. I'm going to have to take it off. I always don't trust it when it's cold. Where's the heat gone? Because, you know, we were firing that. Centre pin's tiny bit warm. Mod is just cold. You know, there's a little bit of heat in the sides, probably from just using the batteries, but not hot, you know, just warmth. Maybe even our hands in the excitement of doing the test. But yeah, the tank itself is cold, you know, it is brilliant. And throughout that, the flavour was absolutely banging.
The really impressive thing that we've found with this big baby beast, though, is the fact that as soon as you hit that fire button, vapour is there, ready for your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, the kit combo, it just works so well, Skibby. Yeah, you just press the button and it's straight there. It's brilliant.
And lastly, I suppose, for the heat test is the ability of the coils and how well they wick. Not one dry hit, flavour, spot on every single time.
Yeah, I absolutely no problems there. It wasn't starting to get dry or changing throughout. You know, after the first hit, it was the same at the end, which is just brilliant. And probably also a good point to mention core life. I've certainly had more joy with the core life in this than I did with the Alien, even though they're the same coils, so maybe just dodgy coils we had there. So we're going to be testing this and the Alien with the new coils anyway. We've got a couple of packs. So again, check our vlog for updates on that. But yeah, so far we've had like really good core life. We're on a couple of weeks with this coil, I think. And, you know, for it to have that much flavour and wicking still without any burnt taste is just
okay,
brilliant.
guys, moving across now to portability, size and weight for the G320. Now, it's an interesting one because it's a 3 battery mod. It's not going to be the most portable because it's got three cell batteries in there as well. It's quite weighty, but the size of it is got in its favour because somehow, even though it's 3 batteries in a row, it still feels good in my hand. Now, we've both got completely different hand sizes. Really, you're not going to hold it up to the screen. There we go.
There's my hand.
Look at it.
Oh yeah, they look so different. Prime viewing. Join us next week where we compare other parts of our body.
Pay-per-view. But even though we've got different hand sizes, it still feels really fucking comfortable, which is weird for this type of mod, I find.
Yeah, so one of the things I think that works in its favour is where it doesn't have the full side fire button, you can get a really good grip on it. So though there is extra weight, you don't feel like there's extra weight because you can get that good grip on it. And for me, actually, while I'm out walking the dog, because I have like a really heavy, like 8 metre retractable dog lead for a big dog, it works good having some weight in the other hand, and this is nice, comfy fit for that. So for me, I do like it as an out and about mod, but it's not something you're going to be wanting to stick in your pocket because you will be cracking your knackers.
It's like dual purpose for Slack. It's like cross training.
Okay, we'll go quickly talk about the styling of the unit. Obviously you've seen it, you'll sort of have your own opinion, but for me it's somewhere between awesome style design and cheap and plasticky. You know, I like this black and gold, it kind of looks good, but then when you see the plasticky fire button and the lack of detail on the opposite sides of the buttons, it sort of lets it down a little bit, I think. But you know, colour wise, I like the choice of colours, black and gold. That is, I mean, it's called the Marshall amps, black and gold, you know. That's kind of cool, and there's a bunch of other colour options available, and no doubt, knowing Smok, there will be other ones coming soon too.
Sorting out warranty for you real quick. 6-month limited warranty, as always.
You break it, you bought it.
Okay guys, we're moving across now to yours and mine's favourite, pros and cons. As always, we'll start with the cons so that we're ending on those beautiful pros. First up.
Okay, for me, it's going to actually be the screen brightness. Now, while that's generally a good thing, I vape a lot outside in the pitch black dark when I'm walking the dog, stuff like that. And where the screen is on the top facing your face, it is, even at the lowest setting, like 10%, it's still too bright. It's just blinding, even round the other way where you think you wouldn't see it, it just shines up in your eyes. Now, it's like kind of a minor con because it's very rare that people are going to be vaping like that, but for me it's kind of a bit of a con.
Fucking up your night vision is now a con.
Yeah.
Okay, next up on the cons list is feels a bit plasticky. When I say that, I'm talking about the mod itself, because the tank, the finish on that is actually quite good and does actually do a good job of looking like gold. The mod itself looks, yeah, like I said, a bit plasticky. You saw this in the unboxing, I said it quite in depth.
Yeah, I mean, the counter to that is it's still a really tough mod, you know, in terms, not necessarily in terms of scratches, but in terms of stability and, you know, that general sort of toughness that you want out of a mod to survive a drop, stuff like that. And also that's going to help, you know, the material it's made from is going to help keep the weight down. Next up on the cons list, while we had no trouble with the actually sort of firing the mod to vape it, you know, I have, like I say, ended up in the menu accidentally quite a few times when I'm trying to lock or unlock this device. The problem with that is that you then have to go through all of the thing. You've got to, oh fucking, I don't want to turn it off, so I've got to select, I want to do wattage mode and I want to do normal, and you press and long hold, so it's a little bit of a slow process.
Next up is the poor venting, and we just would have liked to have seen a bit more venting, maybe on the bottom, round the side somewhere, just because it's 3 battery, you would expect it.
Next up is the atomizer detection, you know, the change of a tank. Now, I just took the batteries out earlier and then went to fire it, and it come up saying that it had noticed that there was a difference in resistance by 0.01 ohms, which is tiny. Yeah, it's a real tiny difference. It was asking me whether it's an old coil or a new coil. So, you know, that's kind of good. You think that's really good. However, at one point I changed from a dripper back to this tank. Now, there was like a sort of doubling or halving of the resistance, so it went from like 3 ohms to 0.15 ohms. Now, it didn't notice that, it let me fire it, and it was my stupid fault for not remembering to change it. It was at 70 watts and it was at the wrong resistance, so it fired it like, yeah, maybe the equivalent of 100 watts. I hadn't done the maths, but you know, it was wrong, it was completely wrong, and it didn't prompt me. But that's only once. The rest of the time it's been fairly accurate, but it just needs to go on the cons list, because you can't be so accurate and then sometimes not bother.
To offset that might have been addressed in the firmware update, we don't know. Again, we'll report back in the vlog. And lastly, for the cons, is got to be quality control out of China. We've had this with a few other mods. It's just turned up. Have a look at the unboxing. The mod turns up and it's got scratches on it. I mean, it's brand new out of the box. We've just unboxed it on camera, and there's, you know, at least 3 fucking scratches on the mod that I've seen. It's not a deal breaker, but it's not the best thing in the world, is it? When you unbox something, you're looking forward to a nice shiny thing and it's got fucking scratches on it.
Okay, next up is our famous prawns section, which is where something isn't quite a pro, isn't quite a con, but we just feel like it should be mentioned. And for me, the first one is going to be this fire button. Now, it's definitely not as comfy as like something like the Alien, where it's all the side, but I think it's going to be a Marmite feature where some people are going to like it and some people aren't going to get on with it. So we just sort of wanted to draw that to your attention.
And the second prong that is worth noting is the fact that 30mm drippers will not fit on the top of this mod due to the bevel edge on that screen. The screen is actually raised from the mod, so if you screw anything down on it, if you screw it sort of like a 30mm diameter something down onto it, it will hit the bevel edge.
Yeah, so though it doesn't, it hits the beveled edge, it does go down just about enough to fire, but then it's on the wonk, and it's just not ideal. You can probably fit 28.5mm on there just about okay, but 30mm is just not designed for it. Now, it's made it in the prawn section because, that is designed how it's designed. It just seems a bit of a design error. If they'd have been like a couple of mil over with that screen, then, we'd have been happy days. And the point here is a 320 watt mod. If you're going to want to fire something at 320 watts, you're going to need something big. You don't want to be doing that in a 22mm dripper with not much room. You want something with a lot of wire, and therefore, for me, I would be looking at a 30mm dripper.
Okay, moving over to those pros that we've been promising you, and first up on the pros list has got to be the fact that it's able to flip between 2 and 3 batteries.
Yeah, there's no hardware configuration change. You don't need to swap battery door out or any shit like that. No funky switches. Take a battery out, swap to a set of 2 batteries, and that is it. So you can just sort of do it on the go, which is great.
As always, though, guys, just stay safe with the whole battery safety thing.
Next up's got to be the fact that it's just got a really fast fire time. That first fire, you just hit the button and go, and it is there giving it full power. There's no slow ramp up, there's no delay. It just works really good as a unit.
Next up is the fact that it's comfy in the hand, and the mod's pretty good as well.
Next to the fact that it's got the full 320 watts to play with when you're in a triple battery mode, that's just really awesome. Obviously, again, battery safety, guys.
The other pro that it's got going for it is the fact that it's got that balanced charger on board, and it also comes with pass-through. As we always say, though, we would prefer to use a dedicated charger, but it's there if you need it.
Next up for me on the pros list has got to be the fact that where it's a triple battery mod, and I was finding the sweet spot of vaping at 55 watts, I was getting a really great range of use out of this. I wasn't having to charge batteries every day, I was getting a couple of days out of it, and that is a rare treat.
Yeah, what is nice there is the fact that he's not being a pussy with 55 watt. That is actually seemed to be a sweet spot with the coil as well. So it was kind of like a win-win, double header. And the last feature, bonus or not, whatever, is firmware updatable. We love stuff that's firmware updatable because therefore you're not just buying something and then that's it. The company will invest in it. They will put out firmware to fix any problems that are reported to them. We fully back the companies that invest in their products.
Okay guys, so that about concludes our review of the powerful Marshall, the Smok G320 kit. Yeah, we really liked it. Triple battery goodness, 320 watt goodness, and a tasty tank on top. So yeah, we like it.
Okay guys, so that about does it for this review. We hope you like and enjoy what we're doing for you. If you do, please drop a like and do the whole subscribe thing because it helps us out a lot. Also, follow us on the social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Also, I'm saying it correctly because we are quite
chatty. Yeah, and if you've got any questions about this or anything else, hit us up in the comments section below. Find us on social media. But for now, guys, thanks for watching smogvlog. Gold, we need gold.
gold.
White. It doesn't even fucking notice.
Red.
Blue. It shows up.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Right.
Right.
Oh, we're filming shit. Hi.
Hi.
You can... I've got real bad panda eyes. Look at that. Hope that doesn't come out in the well bad.
Actually, you do look really quite tanned.
I do.
But like you've been wearing some
shades. Yeah, I know.
You've been holidaying without me.
I have been out in the cold a lot, so it's probably just like freezer burn.
Hi, I'm Tony. This is Slack. Welcome to smogvlog. Today we're going to be reviewing the Smok. Fucking thing.
What? It's just today we're going to be reviewing the Smok.
Did I break at any point? Was it all flowing smoothly until
Today we're going to be reviewing the Smok.
I wasn't looking to see the name of
No,
it.
you did
I was
very
looking
well.
to see that it was round the right way, because knowing my luck, I would have held it up like that. Hi, I'm Tony. This is a fucking thing right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't help it.
No.
Excess of sugar. There's them shrimps and bananas.
They're kicking your ass now, are they?
Yeah, I think so. I think now I think to sit still. I'm all itchy and stuff. Right, let's do it.
Ah, fucking thing. Hi, I'm Tony. This is Slack. Welcome to smogvlog. Today we're going to be reviewing the Smok Marshall G320 Marshall bastard kit. Fuck.
Pow!
Right in the kisser. Hi, I'm Tony. This is Slack. Welcome to smogvlog. Today we're going to be reviewing the Smok G320 kit.
The powerful Marshall. Let's turn this shit up to 11. Yeah.
Dogs barking down the street.
As always, if you want, yeah, okay. Shall I do the? Or do you want to do it? Yeah, I just like pressing the X key. It just feels good every time. Yeah,
Like mashed potato.
it's like the baby with the sand. Yeah. Sorry, ran over.
You ever want to see a man go to pieces, take his internet away?
Yeah. Man, they got internet in prison. It's fucking cruel.
Cruel and unusual.
Murderers and paedophiles have internet. I do not. How is this fair? Can't see the screen anymore. It's all delicious vape in the way. Ooh, crikey, it had legs. Okay, we've done the mod to death. It's time to move on to the TFV8 baby big bollocks bugger. Fuck.
No, quick. Shh. That's their next one they're bringing out.
Yeah.
The big baby bollocks. That's wrong on a few levels.
Come on.
You don't want to be saying come on when we're talking about bollocks.
Shush.
The really impressive thing that we've found with this big baby beast, though, is the fact that as soon as you hit that fire button, Vapour is there, ready for your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, the kit combo, it just works so well together. You press the button and it's just there. New call out, cunt the cunt off. For fuck's sake. Oh dear. Portability, size and weight. We are 51 minutes, that's not bad. I like the way you were going for a vape. We've just done the heat
I know.
test. Like, well, I haven't vaped for nearly a minute now.
Was that taking the piss, or was that you actually vaping?
A little vape. I felt left out. Actually, yeah, it's a good idea.
Not the whole boobs thing again.
Don't know what you mean.
You can't just have one. You can't just go with one. The other one gets jealous.
Oh, yeah.
So you got, and then we go with the motorboating thing, and then 3 boobs, and then Eskimo kisses as well. I don't know what review that was from.
Yeah, I vaguely remember the 3 boobs. Yeah, okay. Portability, size and weight. That's not why I do it, but it's like a counterbalance thing. But yeah,
it's just a visual idea for the
Yeah.
viewers. We know they like to sexualise you.
Yeah.
Dirty bastards. Not
I'm the good looking one after all.
Undressing him with your eyes. No, save it for the pay-per-view. Just lick a finger and...
I need to... Is it in the menu?
Sorry, did I not get it right? Should I?
Have another couple of goes.
Oh. Why are you so quick?
It's this. It was just like.
VCMT is not a good choice.
It's right. I'm sure it turned out good. Oh yeah, we can say about that.
Mixing in the mouth hole.
Where did you find it?
Number 3. Please avoid making the e-liquid into your mouth directly.
Yeah, I generally use test tubes to make e-liquid rather than mix it in my mouth.
Not your mouth, no?
No.
Have you ever thought about maybe using your mouth?
I have now.
Really?
Yeah.
And you know, when it comes to turbo steeping...
Yeah. Make an interesting section on the spits and swallows. But, yes, I had a lot of e-liquid in my mouth as per the instructions. Did not understand instructions, got dick caught in ceiling fan.
I like that one.
Yeah, there's a ceiling fan.